Every single day, over 1.3 million tons of rice move across the globe. But have you ever wondered exactly how? Rice feeds more than half the planet, and behind every grain on your plate is an extraordinary global operation most people never see. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how millions of tons of rice get harvested, processed, shipped, and delivered worldwide. Let's go. Rice is the world's most traded food crop. Over 500 million metric tons are produced globally every single year, an almost unimaginable number. From the rice paddies of Southeast Asia to supermarket shelves in America, this journey spans thousands of miles and dozens of extraordinary steps. This is a world-class rice milling and export facility in Thailand, processing over 2,000 tons of rice every single 24-hour day. Over 800 workers operate this facility around the clock. 3 shifts, no downtime. The machines never stop moving. The facility covers 45 acres, roughly the size of 34 American football fields, and every square foot serves a critical purpose. It processes jasmine, long grain, parboiled, and specialty rice varieties, each requiring completely different handling from start to finish. But before any of this rice reaches a mill, it has to travel from some of the most remote farmland on Earth, and that journey is incredible. Thailand is the world's second largest rice exporter, shipping over 8 million metric tons to more than 130 countries each year. Remarkable. The United States alone imports roughly 800,000 metric tons of rice annually, much of it arriving right here at the Port of Houston, Texas. This operation runs on military-grade precision. Every shipment is tracked, tested, and verified before it ever leaves the origin country. Rice exporters work with government agricultural boards, global shipping companies, and strict FDA import regulations before a single bag ships out. If you're already learning something incredible today, hit that like button right now. It helps us make more videos exactly like this one. It all begins months before the harvest, with carefully selected seed rice planted across flooded paddy fields stretching for hundreds of miles. Rice paddies require constant water management, kept flooded to 4 to 6 inches deep, suppressing weeds and maintaining perfect growing conditions for months. After 90 to 150 days of growth, the paddies drain and dry, signaling the harvest window that farmers have waited an entire season to reach. Modern combine harvesters cut, thresh, and collect rice simultaneously, processing up to 5 acres of paddy field per hour with remarkable precision. But wait, the next step is where things get really interesting. Because raw harvested rice looks nothing like what ends up in your kitchen. Freshly harvested paddy rice arrives at the mill in massive trucks, each carrying up to 25 tons of raw grain straight from the field. Before a single grain enters the mill, every truckload gets weighed on massive platform scales, accurate to within 10 pounds per 50,000-pound load. Quality inspectors pull grain samples from every truck using hollow steel probes, testing moisture content, purity, and grade before unloading begins. Ideal paddy moisture sits between 12 and 14%. Too wet, it rots. Too dry, it shatters during milling, destroying the entire batch. Paddy with excess moisture goes into industrial dryers first, enormous rotating drum machines blasting heated air at precisely 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Once moisture is perfect, massive pneumatic conveyors suck the paddy upward through 6-inch steel pipes, moving 80 tons of grain every single hour. The grain drops into pre-cleaning machines that shake at 400 vibrations per minute, separating stones, dirt, and debris from the raw paddy instantly. The stoners run the paddy over a second vibrating bed, using pressurized air to float lighter grain upward while heavy stones sink and get ejected below. One facility removes up to 2,200 pounds of stones, dirt, and foreign material from incoming grain every single working day. Every pound matters. Don't forget to subscribe. We release factory and industrial process videos every single week. Now, Can you guess what happens next? Dehusking. This is where the real transformation begins. Two massive rubber rollers spin in opposite directions, cracking the outer husk off every grain. The rubber rollers spin at precisely calibrated speeds, the gap between them set to within 0.1 millimeters to crack husks without shattering the grain inside. After dehusking, the output is a mixture of brown rice, empty husks, and unhusked paddy. All three must be separated quickly and completely. Paddy separators use precise aspiration channels, blowing controlled air streams that lift and carry lighter husks away while heavier grain falls below. The separated husks aren't wasted. Facilities burn them as biomass fuel, generating up to 30% of the mill's total electricity demand sustainably. Unhusked paddy grains get automatically sorted out and looped back into the dehusker. The machine gives them a second pass until every grain is fully processed. What exits the dehusker as brown rice still carries its bran layer, a thin, nutrient-rich coating that must be precisely removed in the next critical stage. The whitening machine is the heart of any rice mill, a powerful abrasive cylinder spinning at 1200 RPM, grinding bran from every grain simultaneously. A single whitening machine processes 6 tons of brown rice into polished white rice every hour, and large mills run 12 of these machines simultaneously. Most people have absolutely no idea this happens inside the factory. The bran removed here becomes one of the world's most valuable agricultural byproducts. The bran collected from whitening machines gets processed into rice bran oil, used in cooking, cosmetics, and even high-performance industrial lubricants worldwide. Back on the main milling line, the newly whitened rice enters polishing machines, where water mist and friction create that flawless, glossy grain surface. Polishing does more than improve appearance. It removes surface dust, reduces cooking time, and dramatically extends the shelf life of finished rice by months. From polishing, rice travels on stainless steel conveyors into length grading machines, spinning cylinders that sort grains by exact size with precision. Broken rice grains aren't discarded. They're sold separately for rice flour, brewing, and animal feed, generating millions in additional annual revenue. Now the polished grains reach the most advanced machine in the entire facility, the optical color sorter, and what it does is absolutely extraordinary. Inside the color sorter, 512 high-resolution cameras scan every single grain 3,000 times per second, detecting defects invisible to the human eye. The moment a defective grain is detected, a micro-air jet fires in just 0.3 milliseconds, blasting that single grain out of the stream with surgical precision. One color sorter machine processes 15 tons of rice per hour, achieving 99.99% purity levels that no human inspector could ever match consistently. We are exactly halfway through this incredible journey. Share this with someone who loves learning how things are made, because the best part is still coming. After optical sorting, the rice feeds into massive holding silos, steel towers standing 80 feet tall, each storing up to 500 tons of finished product. Inside the silos, temperature and humidity are computer-controlled 24 hours a day, maintaining ideal conditions that preserve quality for up to 6 months. When an export order is confirmed, automated screw conveyors at the silo base activate, moving rice at 300 tons per hour toward the bagging and packaging hall. The packaging hall runs 3 separate production lines simultaneously, filling 2-pound, 5-pound, and 50-pound bags at 1,200 units per line per hour. Each fill cycle deposits precisely the right weight, net weight fillers accurate to plus or minus 2 grams on every single 5-pound bag produced. Filled bags pass through heat-sealing jaws at 320 degrees Fahrenheit, creating an airtight seal that locks in freshness and protects rice across ocean shipping. For bulk export orders, 50-pound woven polypropylene bags get stitched shut by automated sewing heads running at 40 bags per minute without pause. Every sealed bag then passes under an inline checkweigher, a final automated scale that rejects any bag that falls outside a 1% weight tolerance. 0 exceptions. Metal detection systems scan every single bag using electromagnetic fields, identifying ferrous, non-ferrous, and stainless steel contamination down to 1.5 millimeters. What you're about to see next is something only 1% of people ever witness. The moment rice transforms from commodity into the product you recognize at the store. High-speed labeling machines apply full-color printed labels at 150 bags per minute, each perfectly aligned to within 1 millimeter on every single pass. Inline inkjet printers then stamp every bag with a unique batch code, production date, and expiration date, all traceable back to the exact paddy field and harvest day it came from. Every printed barcode gets verified by an inline scanner before the bag advances. Any unreadable code triggers an immediate automatic rejection, no exceptions. Fully labeled bags move to automated case packers, machines that count, orient, and pack individual bags into master shipping cases at 25 cases per minute. Hot melt glue guns seal every case top and bottom with precision, applying 400-degree adhesive beads that harden in under 2 seconds, locking each case shut. Before cases reach the warehouse, we test random samples every 30 minutes. We check weight, seal, and label accuracy simultaneously. This sample passes all checks. Lab technicians run full nutritional panel tests on every production batch, verifying protein content, arsenic levels, and pesticide residue against strict FDA standards. Rice destined for American markets must meet the FDA's maximum inorganic arsenic limit of 100 parts per billion, a standard this facility consistently exceeds. Every approved production batch receives a certificate of analysis, a legally binding document confirming every tested parameter before that rice can legally export. Like this video if you want more behind-the-scenes factory content. And the next step, palletizing, is the reason rice ships so efficiently across 10,000-mile ocean routes. The robotic palletizing system is an engineering marvel. A 6-axis robotic arm lifts and places 50-pound cases with the precision of a surgeon, 1,100 cases per hour. Each pallet follows a programmed stacking pattern, alternating case orientations layer by layer to create a structurally interlocked block that won't shift during rough ocean transit. Completed pallets hold up to 2,200 pounds of packaged rice, then get wrapped in 6 layers of stretch film by a fully automated rotary arm wrapping machine. A pallet label printer applies a scannable logistics label to each wrapped pallet, encoding destination port, vessel number, container ID, and delivery warehouse address in a single QR code. Finished pallets move into an enormous refrigerated staging warehouse, 240,000 square feet kept at a steady 65 degrees Fahrenheit, 24 hours a day. Warehouse management software tracks every pallet's exact rack location in real time, using RFID tags that update automatically every 60 seconds without any manual scanning required. When a vessel loading order fires, electric forklifts pull pallets from racks in precise sequence. Loading order optimized by software to balance container weight within 50 pounds. Fumigation teams treat every export pallet with methyl bromide gas under sealed tarpaulin, a mandatory 24-hour pest elimination process required by U.S. Customs before any agricultural shipment enters America. After fumigation clearance, pallets move to the container loading dock, where 20-ton steel shipping containers sit ready to receive their carefully calculated cargo loads. We are almost at the final stage, and what happens next inside these containers before they're sealed shut involves technology most people have never heard of. Forklifts load each container with military precision, 22 pallets per 40-foot container, stacked floor to ceiling, fitting 484,000 pounds of rice in one steel box. Here's the technology most people never hear about: controlled atmosphere containers that replace interior air with nitrogen gas, eliminating oxygen and stopping insect activity completely. Container doors close with a 12-point locking mechanism, then a tamper-evident customs seal gets applied, a numbered steel bolt lock only U.S. Customs can legally break at the destination port. Sealed containers load onto chassis trucks and head for the export terminal, a 14-mile journey to Bangkok's Lem Chabang port, one of Asia's 10 busiest seaports. At the terminal, massive ship-to-shore gantry cranes standing 20 stories tall lift containers off trucks and stack them precisely onto waiting cargo vessels below. A single container ship carries up to 24,000 containers, each one a steel room stacked 10 stories high. That single vessel moves more cargo than 24,000 trucks. The vessel departs and crosses the Pacific Ocean, traveling 8,600 miles over 18 days at a steady cruise speed of 22 knots, consuming 150 tons of fuel daily. 18 days later, the vessel enters the port of Houston, where U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers board immediately to begin mandatory agricultural inspection. CBP officers use radiation scanners and X-ray systems to image every container. The sealed customs bolt lock from Thailand gets cut, verified, and documented before the doors ever open. Hit subscribe and tap the bell right now. You do not want to miss our next factory video. And the last step of this journey is the most satisfying one yet. Cleared containers move to a domestic distribution center, where automated unloading conveyor systems process 800 pallets of incoming rice every single working hour. From the distribution center, trucks fan out across America, delivering to over 35,000 grocery stores, restaurants, and food service operations in all 50 states. That same rice, harvested in Thailand 23 days ago, now sits on a grocery store shelf in Houston, Dallas, Chicago, or New York, ready for your dinner table. Every 5-pound bag on that shelf represents harvested paddy rice, 13 precision manufacturing steps, 2 customs authorities, 1 ocean crossing, and 800 skilled workers' expertise. The numbers behind this industry are staggering. 500 million metric tons produced, 130 countries supplied, 3.5 billion people fed. From a single grain of paddy in a flooded Thai field to a sealed bag on an American shelf, this is one of the most extraordinary supply chains on planet Earth. Next time you open a bag of rice, you'll know the extraordinary truth that 800 workers, 13 precision steps, and 8,600 ocean miles went into every single grain. If this video changed how you see everyday products, subscribe right now, because every week we go inside another incredible factory most people never see. Watch our video on how steel is made. 2,900 degrees, 400-ton ladles, and 1,200 workers. It will absolutely blow your mind. Link is on screen right now. Thank you for watching. Now you know exactly how the rice industry moves millions of tons daily, and the world will never look the same.